So I am here with PoorRichWoman. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Give thanks. It's a beautiful day.
Good, good. Now we were talking a little bit before the interview. I know originally you're from Alexandria, of course, like me. But for a while, at the start of your career, you were in Dallas for about 10 years. So
Yes.
what initially inspired you to get into music when you were out there?
I had met some beings from New Orleans who were there because of the storm. And I met this guy named Benson who called himself Vicious. And when I would go to his house, one day he opened up his closet and he had a microphone hanging from the ceiling. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
he had this was like 2000, this was 2005.
Okay.
He had a microphone hanging from his ceiling and he had like a big old huge radio. And so he just started freestyling. And I was looking like, is this really happening in front of me? And he was like, go ahead, Jay, go ahead, Jay. Let me see what you got. And I was like, nah, I'm good. Even though I knew that, you know what I'm saying? I freestyled in high school. I was the girl that freestyled with the guys, but I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. So my dad lived under him. And so whenever I would go back home, I would practice. Like I would be getting prepared to you know what I'm
Go
saying?
ahead.
Freestyle with
Yeah.
him. Until one day I went down there and I haven't stopped spitting since.
Right. Now I know originally you under a different name when you started rapping under the name Miss Hip Hop, but then now you switched to your current name, PoorRichWoman. So what inspired that change in name?
Evolution. Evolution as far as being a woman and evolution as far as being conscious. So my music changed, my whole outlook changed, my whole persona changed as I evolved and as I continue to evolve as a woman. So I had to get rid of Miss Hip Hop because she was on, a different type of level, and I evolved into the Poor Rich Woman, which is a conscious a conscious side of who I am as far as music is concerned. So
What artists you say what inspired you when you coming up before you started rapping, or even after you started rapping?
I would say before I truly, truly got into the essence of hip hop, I would say Michael Jackson
Okay.
is Prince. Michael Jackson is literally though like the heartbeat to my who I am as far as being an artist. I love Michael Jackson. I would say Shaka Khan. I love Shaka Khan. I love Luther Vandross. I'm an R&B person. So
Okay.
before I tapped into the essence of hip hop, I was an R&B buff, and I like old school music too because my mom is older, so I listen to a lot of old R&B. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I love Nina Simone, of course. That's like the key to
Right.
who I am as an artist currently. So I always love Nina Simone. I always love those old, unique voices. I like Pearl Bailey. She was like in the
Way back. Okay.
1950s.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I used to find my grandfather and my grandmother like tapes and cassettes and play them, and so I love that as well. But that's about, you know what I'm saying, Lauryn Hill, of course, you know what I'm saying, as far as hip hop is concerned, Sister Nancy, who did the bam, 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 diddy. That's first for me. Roxanne Shante, the Brat, Left Eye. I mean, Foxy Brown, Remy Ma, Lil Kim, those names, you know what I'm saying? Nas, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? KRS-One, Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? Big Pop, those names.
Yeah. There's a wide range of influences, definitely.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You just released a new album called The Library That Burned. Um,
Yes,
and that refers to like a historic event, I believe, like in antiquity when I think it's the Great Library burned. I believe I can't think of the
yes,
exact year, but yeah.
the Library of Alexandria.
Right. Okay.
Intended,
Yes. Yeah.
the city was Alexandria. And Julius Caesar ordered to have that library burned because of the, of course, resourceful information that was in that library. Of course, he had it burned.
Yeah. How do you feel that applies to Alexandria specifically? Since the connection.
Everything, 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 because the map is quote unquote upside down. You know what I'm saying? Louisiana, if you connect it all back together, Louisiana was right there in the midst of it. So needless to say, we could be in Kemet, or rather, Kemet could be in us. Either way, as above, so below. So it definitely ties into Alexandria and who I am as a being, because I like to visualize and envision Alexandria, of course, as the new Alexandria of Kemet, because of course it was destroyed and things of that sort because of the hostility and the corruption and being radical and things of that sort. So it definitely ties in to the current space of Alexandria. So of course, I'm from Alexandria. I definitely feel like I'm a resourceful library of antiquity, and all the beings and features that I had on this project are also divine deities. So, of course, I had to go with the library that burned, which basically signifies all of us. We're libraries that burn.
And speaking of collaborations, yeah, like you said, you had a Loudness album from Alexandria. You had Soul Baby Groove, you had AJ Felton, you had Bars, you had J. Will Special, Cadell. How did you go about deciding who you would collaborate with on the album?
That's easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I automatically know who I'm going to work with or who I want to work with. And what I do is I manifest that they are willing to work with me. And so I give thanks to my features for even wanting to work with me. I know that I'm going to work with them because they're divine. They're divine. They're divine beings, and I can see their divinity outside of the secular music that they may put out. Just like my two artists that I collab with also from Dallas, Tony Stacks, which is Juice Leroy, and Rakim Al-Jabbar, Lex Lou, Troy Foyola. Every feature that featured on this project is profound in shifting the earth. So it was only right for us to come together to connect, to create a beautiful frequency that is going to shift beings and their earth.